So Liana Paul and her boyfriend Troy have caught the eye of a top adult entertainer. And the funny thing about this is that this story was left alone like a month ago. But when stuff is out there, this is the damage that allegations can do to men if nobody if nobody puts it in the ground or refutes it. This is what can happen to you, where somebody can pick up a story that's been out for a month or two, and then somebody can bring it back up when they want to because they mad at somebody or their life not going the right way they want to. So allegations is now trying to knock guys off their pedestal. Well, I really don't like the dude, and I don't know if this is true, but at the same time, he's in the middle of these women, and he can easily get turned on. The only reason why Troy and his wife and his girlfriend Liana Paul is actually protected because his lust factor is above the women who are against him. He got women all over wanting him. Women all over saying they want next. Women all over him and stuff like that. He's having sex with he having intercourse with fans who, when I seen the video, she was just sitting there like so stiff. And it's like, you wanted to have sex with the guy that you lust after and you can't even be, it's like you're boring. And it shows it shows that a lot of these chicks all talk. They're all talk and no action. A lot of these chicks all promote themselves to say they had the best sex, they had the best ass, they had the best everything. And it's not true. So they're promoting themselves to this high heaven, and a lot of them are disappointment. It's like they hype themselves, and this is the stuff that I wanted to tell people about. This is the stuff that these people, they hype themselves up over this so-called all the sex they can give guys, and it's always the best. And I can make a guy toes curl and all this other stuff, but they all get cheated on by the so-called top men. So if you can't tame these top men, then you think that because the guy that you know that don't get no action is gonna sit there and fall in love with you. A lot of guys are conditioned. This is the reason why I think the so-called no fapping thing is a farce, because they're trying to make you get tricked by these fucking females. Like, do you know you know that a lot of guys, if they don't so-called fab or whatever, or control their sexual nature, or control their sexist impulses, or control the sensitivity or whatever they need to do, you know that these women can take advantage of that? Because a lot of guys, when they start coming into sex, they won't know what to do. They be thinking that this vagina is the best vagina even though it's used. It'd be a big ass gap, a hole, but the fact is this guy won't know the difference. So they think that they can keep putting that out there so the guys will say no fat. And then the women say they're the best. So you're going to walk in a situation where you're going to be control at a certain extent. She gonna want to do, like I said, I broke this down in the other video. This is the thing, but this is the actual results of when you make a few women mad, a lot of them turn on you. It doesn't matter if you're a good-looking guy. They don't give two shits about good-looking men because they can find another one. They don't care about a big pipe because they can find another one. They don't care if you this suave guy with a nice body. People trying to advocate you go to the gym and be a buffed ass dude. Guess what? They can find another buff dude. They can always replace you in this society. Men, to them, are replaceable. They can always jump onto the next guy. And this is what kind of power they have. And this, now they got the power of the law on their side. It makes it worse now. So she says, they are not safe. Do not work with them. I had screenshots of an exchange between Troy and an amateur model. He belittled her and reached out to her for reaching out to him, acting like he too good to work with her. Yeah, it's yucky. So let me get this straight. This story been out for, I think, 2 months now. I think 2 months or a month or something. I don't know. A model went to her because she got what? She got what? She got what? She got rejected, and now she wanted to bring up the fact that he has an allegation and they not safe. So this is what I say about, you know, the women out here. None of them would never like to experience what the so-called incel experience. They'll take their own lives. They never want somebody to do what these men do to us on here, some of us, and say we don't get women and this and this and that, and we all this, and we bitch broke, and we all this other stuff, and we live in huts and stuff. They never actually experience that. And if they do, they'll cry like they do, because I see a lot of these women get in trouble, cry online, like, oh, people too bother me. When women had too many guys, too many people talking about them, they either take the easy way out sometimes. And this is no empathy for the people who do go around talking shit, and they are a mob mentality type person, and then they want to walk around, and when people do the mob mentality, reverse mob mentality on them, they go cry and throw themselves off a roof or use a rope or something. Like, no, it don't work that way. You can be in a crowd and talk down to people and use sexual allegations against people, but when it happens to you, you wanna run out the life? You wanna run? It's the bullshit that we talking about. They can never be equal to men. Because a lot of men deal with this shit on a daily, of niggas talking shit and all this other stuff, and we still here. But now, a chick brung up something because she got rejected. Oh, so we feel sorry for her because he said he's too good for her? That he banging all these women. He got 2 girlfriends now. He got a little Latino, he got a white John. And now an amateur chick thought she could come up to him because she was used to simps. But she thought a top 20% guy was going to give her attention. And he told her nope. So, prop this whole against him. So, our industry is purging itself naturally for the last 120 days. It's a beautiful thing to watch. By the time we get back to work, if it happens, only the old times will be left, minus the freaks. No, not really. Because if your industry got boring ass people and feminist people are just gonna opt out. It's worse enough that a lot of us know y'all real. It's bad enough a lot of us actually know y'all real personalities, and we only stick with y'all because y'all can give us a nut. But if you put that LGBTQ community stuff in the overall adult industry and you keep mixing it together, everybody gonna bounce. Nobody gonna see that. It's just gonna be like Star Wars. It's just gonna be like The Last of Us. It's just gonna be like all the other stuff that these people try to do. And people gonna just walk away and choose something else. Like, y'all gonna destroy your own place. There's I love Liana's work, but this isn't the first time I heard this information. I knew about Troy from other twos, but Liana, damn, to be honest, it shocks me. Liana and Troy are in a relation. She knows everything about him, apparently participating in some of what's went down. The relationship part I knew. But the fact is, well, yeah, you're saying if she comes around for it and my partner does anything, they won't be my partner anymore. Whoa! Look at that. Look at the disloyal shit that these women are on. If my partner has an allegation against him or something bad and it makes me look bad, I told you these people ain't good women. That won't be my partner anymore. Even if he shows me a different side of him, I will drop him at the drop of a hat and then come online and complain that there's no good men out here. Mind you, this is a mentally unstable adult entertainer who is probably single right now. This is the reason why they're single. His lame ass followed me just to DM me to fly me out to LA. I said no. He unfollowed. Shit is weird. Same girl, weirdo behavior. His desperate ass even offered to fly out my dog. Not the dog, I'm hollering. See? You're not you're not the top guys. The top guys are not far from being talked down to. See, these women got so much power, picking power, that they can sit back and diss a top 20% guy and brag about it like these two did. But when he dissed a woman, a low tier woman, oh, we got to bring up his past. That's look at the double standard in this shit. And this is the double standard that I'm talking about. At the sight of a whim, these chicks could turn on you. You could have 9 to 10 women at your so-called stable in America, and then they could just turn on you. And then they start coming out with all fake false charges, and it's gonna be up to you, like Johnny Depp, to fight it all. Let's continue. This is one of the chicks who said he did something to her. Midway reminder, there's a predator abuser with a big platform who apparently prefers to work with new girls, Troy, and are dangerous. They need to be out the industry. So the fact is, I kind of love the fact is that these are the same women. And mind you, this chick, I showed you what she said. She has a mindset of saying, I don't want men to talk, the men that I don't like to talk to me, I want them to kill themselves. But she thinks, people think that women like her should have enough power to kick people out and do this. This is the power that a lot of these women have to just try to get rid of you. If you don't fit what they like, they come together and try to get you out of here. So she says, we need him out the industry. We need him out. I don't want him to make money here because he made me mad. He did this to me. I couldn't control him. He didn't have sex with me like the way they want me to. I told him to stop. He should have stopped. He should have did everything that I said he should have did everything I wanted him to do. Now he got to get out the industry. And I'm going to make a lie up about him. Or I'm going to put half truths and half reals in the thing. Her story don't match up anyway. Her story is like, if you know this dude was doing all this crazy shit to you, you should have left the first night. But you wanted more. It's kind of like what these women get with. They get with guys who they know messed up in the head, but they like, it's going to get better. 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 3 years later, it didn't get better. And then she could turn on him on her mistakes of thinking that it's going to get better because he looks good and he packing down there. And now she has a story and she can sell it books or lie about the guy when she knew what he was from the very beginning. So, my exact experience with Troy. He degraded me and real his boundaries multiple times. It was straight up unprofessional. So, a lot of these women will sit back and say shit like, I like to have rough sex. And when you're too rough, they go and say you plate them. Oh, he plate me. Oh, he plate me. That's their favorite word to use when they don't get their way. He plate me. Because you know what I'm trying to say. He plate me. So when you go beyond their boundaries, it's them trying to control the sex. So they can say, oh, I got my nut, you didn't get yours. Or I give you your nut when I wanted to. So they can walk away from sex anytime they want without you having nut. See, this is why I say, when dudes say, when women on here say, when certain women out here say, if you got a small penis, you have to eat these chicks out. But what they don't tell you is that even if you do it good, she can walk up and say, I don't want to do this no more. I got mine. You're not going to get yours. Because that's happened with a lot of guys. But they want to get this false sense of bullshit out there where you eat her so good, then you can stick it in and do all this stuff, and she'll just be like, okay, I'm going to get in the mood for it. And most of the time, that's not it. You got women on here, videos on here of women getting eaten out, and they kicking the dude out like it's fun. Or videotaping guys eating them out, and they say, go get out. I got my nut, and I'm out of here. Oh, I just get head. And now they're trying to resemble guys. Because guys was doing that when they was getting from overweight chicks. They don't want to do nothing with them. So they would just get the head service. But now Women are doing that now to guys that they don't want. And that should be enough. Like I said, my ex-girlfriend was jerking off a guy for food and shit. She never gave him sex, never gave him no head. She just jerked him off. And now he was fine with that, as long as he had a woman touching him. And that's the stuff that they want to do to you and want to relegate you to, is that you pleasure women and you don't get no pleasure yourself. So you listen to these motherfuckers if you want to, pursuing these women, and they put you in a box, and you do, and they feel like they can get away with telling a lie on you. They're gonna do it. No amount of game gonna save you from the witch hunt. Hey, OnlyFans. Now that models came out saying that their experience with Troy is not consensual, will you remove said content from his profile on your platform? See, these women purposely go after guys because of hurt feelings and allegations, even if it's true or it's not true. But a lot of them don't want to go to the proper thing. These women got money to hire a PI and investigate themselves and bring and present all of the findings to themselves, to the proper authorities, or to society. See, I would agree with these people if they had honest proof of the shit that they get from a PI, and they went to the lawyers and they tried it the legal way, and then it didn't work, and they can go out there and he got away with it. But they go online and try to get people removed without taking the right channels. This is why I say that these women are not smart. And they try to sit there and say they're the most educated and all this other stuff. But mind you, she's an adult entertainer. There's a lot of mental illness. There's a lot of stuff out there about these people. And they think they got, this shows you, I'm telling you, these women think they got this much power. There's no way you can make a wife or a girlfriend in this over here when these women think they got so much power. And then you got the dumb idiots who get low-thinking women and think that everybody want those type of women, and think that just because they control these group of women won't turn on them one day. I don't watch adult entertainment with male talents that have been reported to have mistreated the other cast on the set. It's worse when the abuser is male talent. It's also the producer. Support sex workers. Pay for your... See, and they want you to pay for it. They want you to pay for the cut stories. They want you to pay for what they want you to pay for. They're trying to control your wallet, while at the same time they're saying that you got to pay for them. So they spitting in your face and said, you got to pay me to spit in your face. You got to pay me to curse you out. You got to pay me to insult you. You got to pay me for the sex that you don't get, that you use pleasure. This is why I think it was so groundbreaking when adult entertainment went illegally. Because now the shifts change and they can't use men no more. They can only use men at a certain extent. Okay, let's talk about this chick who thinks she's a black leader in the adult industry, the adult industry, and she got a pretty high level following. Also, she feel like she can control the industry, and when you call her dumb ass out, you know, this the same chick who talk about guys' small penises. When she could rate their penis, their penile size, and then go around laughing about it, and then start posing their size, even though it's supposed to be private. They pose their size when the guys get mad, and she posted on there to make fun of them. And when I called her out on it, when she's talking about Black Lives Matter, she blocked me. Well, there she didn't block me, but she's a wealth of stupid knowledge. Like, yo, she's like the worst woman that I ever seen try to speak up for black people, and she's the most hypocritical one. So let's see what this chick says. Y'all violating people consent and then blaming them for not being able to handle how freaky you are. But she gonna She's going to contradict herself later on when I show you a post of her. Of when other people have a consent, it's somehow they're not good in bed. But when they got a consent, it's, oh no, don't do that. We told you not to do that, right? They tell on themselves every time I keep doing it. I saw that I can't handle the ignorance. So, we got feminist guys out here doing the same thing women do, but they got women support, so they get to get away with it. Just like the video I made about the thug guy who told on the chick that he didn't want to be touched. Now we got another one. Remember the chick back in the day who was sucking some dude off, gave somebody a head at the courtroom? So people still doing videos with her, and he got mad because she wanted to do it in public, but he didn't do his research on this chick to see that she's risque and she's going to try to put him in danger. And so he just jumped in because it was a mouth and a vagina, just like these dudes. And this is going to be y'all lesson right here. Don't do anything for vagina and for good-looking women just because they give it to you. Don't do that. This guy right here learned the hard way. And like one of my subscribers say, and one of the commenters said that a lot of OnlyFans people are trash content and they're unprofessional and it's trash. He said it right. I know the industry. I know that some of the industry too. They're trash and they're unprofessional at every level. Now they're coming with the street stuff. They can't even conduct themselves in a business manner because they think that, oh, I'm an adult entertainer and I can do what I want. These women put boundaries on you because they think they're the best of the best. So my first time trying to work with someone after months, and this try to jack my D off in a Starbucks with hella cameras when I never agreed to that. The agreement was a BJ scene, not that. I'm not trying to register as a sex offender for the rest of my life. But a lot of these dudes brag about the women they can get. But now they want to act like women. Remember, he just said it. I never consent. Wait, let me see, wait. I never agreed. We agreed to a BJ. So he running the same game that a woman does, but he's a guy. So, because he's the top 1% with his pinky in the air, or the top 20% of men is pinky in the air, and this woman wasn't good enough for him to risk his to be a sexual offender. But if she looked good, he would risk his life. See, don't be this guy, guys. These guys will risk their all. They'll risk their freedom. They'll risk everything for women. Actually, it's my fault. I should have done my research and I'll hold this L. Exactly. We are humans, not toys. Just because someone is a sex worker or P-star or an adult content creator don't mean they deserve, they don't have boundaries. They deserve to be respected. Woo, 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 woo. They deserve to be respected, right? But this the same chick. I'm gonna calm down. This the same chick who laugh at small penis dudes and say small penis dudes don't belong in her rearview mirror. She put small penis dudes below them. But guess what? They want to be this so-called protected class when they want to be protected. But guess what? When other people got shamed and beat on and stuff, they want to go pile on them, right? We are humans, not sex toys, huh? But then you make it seem like everybody who got a big penis are the ones that can do the most for you, and the guys with the small ones can't do nothing. But then you got conflating stories on here where the chick on here, her and her twin, but her twin left her, and she came on here and talked about her experience with a small penis guy and said it felt good and they was doing it in the car. But when she finally realized that he was small, she didn't want to do it again because what? She didn't admit it on camera. She was embarrassed. She want to brag about the big ding-a-ling. She want to brag about how he breaks her back. She want to walk around and brag about how big her man's penis is. She don't want to walk around with a guy. She don't want to be different. She don't want to walk around with a guy who's so-called small or average and he can do whatever he wants in the bedroom. She wants to do what everybody else do. But everybody try to act like this is some kind of good woman. Her and her little twin. Come on now. First of all, this is me. There's a thing called boundaries. I'm not trying to risk my freedom just for some likes and retweets. I'm not your high teener. That's the promo. You violate my consent, so I care less about what happens to that. You're a foul person. Call my followers. Call them a predator. Unfollow me. This is disgusting. Tell someone in your community who crossed boundaries. I should have married the dude who tongue kissed me with his nuts still dried on my face. He really changed my sexual life. That was my best partner. Mind you, these chicks want you to compromise yourself sexually and do shit like that. But when it's time for them to do the opposite stuff or the stuff that you want them to do, you're testing my boundaries. I don't want you to do that. Hey, he played me. 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 I didn't want that. He played me. I didn't want that. And then the guy said, you messed up my consent. Everybody started laughing. Ha ha ha. You should have told her now. Ha ha ha. So this is the double standard, hypocritical shit. Did everyone forget I started out making videos with my baby dad's D? Once I lost access to consistent D, I had to reband and decided I just wore my vagina out with sex toys and learn how each hole comes and how fast and how to master squirting. Whoa, 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 whoa. They told on themselves. So, women can have Zero was right about that. They can go around playing with sex toys all they want. No one shames them. But when a guy does that, or when he goes to porn, adult entertainment, magically he's called a loser and he should stop doing that and get with real women. He should go outside. He should do this. But they get to be like the so-called incels and play with themselves with toys and desensitize themselves with sex. But then the guy has to be packing, or the guy has to do all the sexual stuff. They never talk about that, do they? They never talk about that, right? Why is it no female fad? Why is the women on the side, these so-called good women, femininity women, don't tell these women to stop doing that to themselves and save their sexual energy for the men, for a good man? Whoa, 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 where's it at? Where's it at? Don't play with toys. Save your experience for that good guy. Where's that at? Now, you see it. I wore myself out. So for these people who says they can't get worn out, they can. And they do wear themselves out. I have met many women who told me straight up in so-called confidence that they don't even like sex no more. And when they get with a guy, they only give him half the sex. I told you in my last video about how that happens. So, Megan is getting the Serena Williams hype masculinity treatment. Black women get when they're not small, lighter in complexion, and dainty. So, they're trying to promote these masculine ass men for guys to go date. So we are the problem because we don't want feminine women. We don't want women with tattoos. We don't want women who listen to Meg Thee Stallion. We don't want women who rap and say bruh, bruh, bruh. So we somehow wrong because we want feminine women? Come on now. Come on, man. This hypocritical bullshit, man. I'm telling you. What else you get at the P business for? I agree with the abusers, but some of this video outline makes you wonder why a chick loves to get her throat abused till she puke. I don't know. Maybe I ain't in that business. I understand. Right? Only reason why I'm still here in their supporters, because they target mute girls. But she acting like she not one of them. Give a about the women and people you're filming with. Wow. So, not excusing all that he did, he should be held accountable. But this is all coming from someone who is masturbating in a doctor's office. Now, let me tell you about the hypocritical bullshit that they do on the opposite side, right? These women are shooting content, playing with themselves everywhere. They play with themselves in doctor's office, in their cars, in the drive-thru, And they use it as content. But if a guy did that, my bad, a guy did do that. The guy was bombarded with all this shit saying, you could have got caught. Blah, 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 blah. You nasty. Why are you doing that out in the public? Somebody can walk up, the kids can walk up. Then he blasted them back and said, whoa, y'all doing the same shit. Y'all flash y'all boobs in the public. Y'all doing it in public pools. Y'all doing that for content like y'all some sexy or something. And y'all doing it while y'all in Ubers and all this other stuff. And it's supposed to be cute. But when a guy does something like that, it's somehow wrong. And this is why I can't operate in this society with the so-called women in this society, because the hypocritical shit is overboard. It's overload. I went to Atlanta. He cursed me out, and I was talking about him. Started so much drama. I don't even know him. I'm scared. These men are wild, child. These men are wild, child. So she blanket all men, but she'll be the first one to say, oh, not all black women are like that. You know, the D-Darrell treatment and the super slide treatment. Oh, yeah, they're not all like that, guys. They're different. I know a man that, oh, here we go. And this is what I think D-Mac said. That's his name, D-Mac in my thing. He says one thing, right? He said that they're unprofessional and they got all type of diseases and all this other stuff. So he says, nah, I came in real life. Because in real life, I want answers. I know a man that gave 2 women herpes, stole a woman's content and got a woman pregnant and aborted and abandoned her, and still work and y'all still work with him and be defending that shit. Y'all did wrong. Wow. Told you, man. A lot of these motherfuckers can get away with a lot of shit, man. They can get away with a lot of shit. As long as they packing, as long as they got this and as long as they got that. But they can get away with shit, right? and you wonder why we say what we say. A lot of these chicks let everybody else get away with shit, and then they don't let the so-called unattractive guys get away with shit. We call everybody out. At least on our side, we call the good-looking women out, and we call the ugly women out. We're fair on this side. But with them, they're not fair on this side. They're not fair on this side. They be like, oh, yeah, that guy's got a small penis, and he got to do this and do that, but you're fat and ugly. Why don't you do this and do that? No, I don't want to do that. I'm big and beautiful. Oh, I'm this and I'm that. Oh, this and this and this. I told you, the bias of these women. It's because to abuse workers, men with a big following, then go and follow the newbie sex worker and spin them a dream. Oh, so it wasn't a big peen and the good looks and all this other shit. It was somehow magically they go after the young new girls. But that's the same thing they said to us when they said, oh, we going overseas for this and this and that. But the men are doing the same thing over here, right? You comment when you get in it. Sex worker boys, not men. Because 18 and 21 don't make you a man. I think folks get caught up in the likes and stuff instead of researching who they film with. I understand. We all have morals and values, whatever. We have to choose which side we're comfortable being on in certain situations. But I never be on the side of victim shaming. That dude been in 2 domestic violence incidents of 2 black women sex workers. One rival we were able to see and hear, and he's allowed to consistent work. I'm also seeing other sex working constantly gaslighting the victim. Gaslighting the victim, right? All of that stuff. Gaslighting the victim, right? So, women give these guys power. And this is the thing that I told y'all about. The guys who are good guys who somehow listen to these dudes and get women, you're hanging on a needle thread. They got more leeway to do what they want because they got a monkey dance for a long time. And a lot of them want you to monkey dance along with them. Right? So As long as these guys keep up the monkey dance and keep up the persona and keep up the little whatever they keep up with, they are allowed to get the access and lose whatever they lose. But when it comes down to when the good guys try to do the things that some of these other guys do, you'll get hit with a me too. Also, you shouldn't listen to people who tell you to go into the gym anymore, because they want you to act just like them. Because now it's a thing that I saw a couple times. I saw is somebody who got an alpha body and a beta mind. Why don't y'all need to make up your fucking mind? First, y'all tell niggas to go to the gym, and then they can get women. But then you come up with this alpha mind, beta mind alpha body. Come on now. They keep moving the goalposts, and these are the same men who try to tell you what to do to get women. There's a lot of porn penises that are just in the game, just to fuck. A lot of them are not considered themselves sex workers or involved in sex workers. The people they F are whores, sluts, and expendable whores, not them. Y'all be supporting abusers. Looking at Tony, a lot of women had come out in a relationship with him. Off top, Tony, that porn celebrity. Okay, and look at the dumb shit that I saw right here, right? Porn is a manual labor. It's extremely rough on your body. It can take hours of high energy activity and high uncomfortable position that can cause soreness and injury. Ever had a tore asshole, my dude? It ain't fun. Wow. The adult industry is somehow harder than being a welder. The industry is harder than being a person who actually gets up and don't get pleasure. Wow. It's very hard. Wow. So man, I just can't, man. And here we go. The I hate women crowd. Right? I mean, the I hate men crowd. Here we go. I don't want to ever shoot with partners for various reasons. For my OnlyFans is about me. These N-words can't fuck. I don't care to adjust the camera while having sex. I also not attaching myself to no man. And that's that. I'm not attaching myself to no man. But if you go to her page, she want black women to be protected. But you ain't attaching yourself to no man. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Here we go. Victim shit. This the same chick who said she liked being a whore, and she get men for money, and she get the bag with them and all this other stuff. This is the thing, what they want right here. So here go the victim of Meg Thee Stallion. I felt Meg when she said she was trying to protect him after he harmed her, because I've been there too. Y'all treat black women so bad. Troy are going to get what he deserves. Nobody is going to protect him from karma. She protected him for what? Because everybody was calling her out and calling her how fake she was, and then seeing her video and photos, and then she came up and lied. See, this is the drama that you get when you deal with women over here. You get nothing but drama. When the relationship ends or it turns bad, they don't just say, okay, it ended bad and we gonna just walk away. They try to throw dirt on your name. They try to say you hit them. They try to say you did this. They try to say you did that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It's you can't win in this society with these people, because this is what they do. They turn it on you. Right? So the women don't want to come forward, because this is why I said there's no good women in the so-called United States, because these so-called good women, they need society approval. They don't think a man will protect them from society's bullshit. And they don't trust the man how can I put it? They don't trust the man to shelter them while they're good people. This is what happened when feminism tell you got to be strong. And all these women do is stay in groups. All these women do is protect guys they think other women like. Even if the man do them wrong, they need a whole group of women so they can feel comfortable to go and say what they want to say. Sometimes it causes a dent into these people. Sometimes it don't. But at the same time, you got these people who try to tell you that you need game, you need all this other stuff, you need all this stuff to turn into one of them. And they still haven't won nothing. They still didn't become brilliant and overly successful. They still didn't do anything with themselves. They're monkey dancers. That's all they are. And some reason they come in these spaces thinking that they can tell you what to do because they feel like they're above you. But this is the reality of it. They can turn on you whenever they want. The only reason why these women, more and more women are not coming out is because more and more women want a shot at them. More and more women want to have sex by him. If he performs bad to them, they're gonna say that he did something to him, and they're gonna keep building the case. So pretty much he has to be a slave. Every chick he do wrong, he has to keep leveling the playing field with the women he do right. So he always have to keep up this monkey dance in order to have himself protection from the women he did wrong. And that is a life of servitude. That's not a life you want. So what you learned today is that don't let them shame you with intercourse with these people. Because even if you get to the point where you have intercourse with them, they're going to still try to control you. They're going to still try to control how you do it, when you do it. And even if in a relationship with you, like you saw, they're going to leave you whenever they want. There's no sense of loyalty. There's no sense of that. Also, if you're bad, if you are bad in bed, they're gonna blast you out there and everybody gonna laugh at you. If she's bad in bed, you blast her, you should go to jail for telling the woman's business out. If she can't perform in the bedroom, you gotta teach her everything. If she has flaws, she don't have to make up for the flaws. She just rock around with her flaws. But if you're small down there, guess what? You got to perform magical tricks with your tongue. You got to eat her behind out. You got to do all this stuff. And guess what? You can do all the stuff that you think that she wants. And she can still go and tell all. Get with these women if you want to. They're going to be a Me Too case of you. Or you're going to be monkey dancing for the rest of your life. Like these guys. You don't want to be a platinum or an ism. Or none of these dudes who talk about game. And snapping on women. And telling stories about he had to watch Love and Hip Hop. Remember, Lightbringer snapped on MOT and said he was wrong. Even though MOT is a millionaire. And he said, you're wrong. You're wrong. I never got these dudes went with women, but they got to come in men's spaces and pretend like they're with us. And then finally, when they get a little numbers or get somebody on their side, they're against us. Like I said with DJ Kuda. DJ Kuda, he came in through the back door. I would have never associated with the dude or been in his chats or anything if I knew that he was just a player dude. I knew he was at that level, but I thought he was going to he wasn't all that high level player dude. But when he finally showed his true colors, I bounced. Aegon went over there, he said he bounced. Aegon starting his channel. A lot of these so-called pimp dudes somehow is now starting channels. And they're just going to have a circle jerk of players. And then they're going to want us to go over there so they can talk down to us. Which, I suggest anybody go over there with them. Like, nobody. Don't even feed their channels. Like I said before, man. It's a lot of shit going on, man. The nigga riots, Hannah Kimura's death, and that dynamic between who gonna own this country after November, the 2020 elections. If Biden get into that office, it's gonna be a done deal for a lot of guys. And we're gonna have to fight for our lives, or probably have to leave the country, because this country gonna get more feminists, and they're gonna do whatever they want. And then even looking at these chicks wrong, they're gonna try to say you did something to them. I can't take a new FBI case. I'm already on a fucking watch list. I don't need the FBI coming at me again and taking my shit and stopping my life, and then stopping my money, freezing my money. So I can't afford to let anybody fuck that up. So that's the thing. The difference between these other niggas is that if they had the feds investigate them like they did me, half these dudes would be in prison right off the bat because you got felonies. And the dude even told me, the dude that was investigating me said, if you had a felony before, we would have just put you in jail. You would have been held in jail until we found evidence that you wasn't, we can let you out. But they would have helped me. But since I'm a first offender and he ain't had nothing against me, he couldn't put me in jail at all. Over what? Somebody saying over him saying I'm somebody? I'm something? So the funny thing about these guys, that they'll never handle the heat that our side can handle. Because the funny thing about this is that when you get in a higher echelon, these guys want to be on the main stage. They want to throw, other races of men dirty laundry out there saying they cucks and all this other stuff. But the fact is, if black men got so much power, you think that there wouldn't be people trying to get your information, get dirt on you? And y'all got more skeletons in your closet than the other side. The so-called lames, they don't got a lot of skeletons in their closet. But y'all do. And people can use that against y'all. Or they can lock you up for it. Like I said, man, when you get to sex with these women, it's going to be a whole new trap and a whole new era of bullshit that you're going to have to deal with. The shit's not over. The talking to her for hours, letting her talk, talking to a fucking wall. Once you get to the sex, then you got to be judged by her about how big you are down there. And if she wants you to, she wants to put the mouth on it, or she wants to let you in. Once that happens, you're inside. You have to perform at a high level, or all your work is just going to be how long you last. 16, 17 hours of talking, 90 hours of talking, and 5 minutes of sex. That's not a good deal. And then she can go back and get another guy while she trying to string you along, acting like it was good sex. Or she can give you bad sex with a used up vagina because she know you don't have no experience. It's better to go on the market where no one's trying to use you. And that whole starter chick up, I already talked about that crap already. I don't want to talk about it now. For the younger generation, this is the shit that y'all got to deal with. And the reason why I choose adult entertainers is because they share the same mindset as the feminist chicks. They share the same mindset as the so-called good women too. All of them got the same mindset. All of them. And I'm going to show y'all, of a I'm gonna show you a screenshot of a chick inviting me to Dave and Buster's. A single mom of 2 kids invite me to Dave and Buster's, and I'm gonna show you that it is actually my Instagram. So I'm gonna give y'all that. So people can be like, oh, you don't get no women. No, I turn down a lot of chicks out here, man, because I know what it is. Because once I got, even if the sex is bad with the chick, she would have tried to use it to try to keep me coming. And then eventually she was gonna try to use my time and keep me around. And then, you know, the before sex is like, okay, the quickest. But after, she gonna want me to talk to her and play with her kids. And then eventually she gonna come out of nowhere and say, we gotta get serious. If I mess with her for a long period of time, I know the trap, and I didn't take it. So I'm gonna give y'all that when I get off this one. I'm gonna take the screenshot, give it a couple seconds, and show you it. Single mom invited me to David Buster's. I ain't want to go with her, and I think I did tell her that. I don't think I did. I don't know. I think I told her that in the bottom. I know I told her that. I think I told her that on the phone, cause she tried to know. I think text is that I don't take money from single moms. See, that's the honorable shit. I don't take money from women. I don't take shit from them. I don't take money from them. I don't let them do shit for me. It feels strange to let some chicks do something for me, because you know why? Every time a chick does something for you, she wants something more out of that. She gives you a piece of cake. She wants 100%. She wants you to take a bullet for her. She gives you head. She wants you to buy her a car. She gives you some comfortability. She wants $500,000 for telling you that you the man in bedroom. There's always a catch when women do stuff for you in this society. And that's the reason why people don't think anybody's genuine in this society, because a true good woman, after the relationship breaks up, she makes sure that your life is back where it was before she met you. Meaning that if you had the money in your life and she didn't destroy your property and do none of that other stuff, she's a good woman. It just didn't work out. But a lot of these so-called good women start going around telling all books and telling all stories, so they sure they're not good women. Like I said before, none of these good women tell these women to throw down the sex toys and tell them anti-sex toys, so they don't get off, and they let a man get them off. The good men. So this is how I know that they are not so-called these advocates. So I'm pretty much done, man. This is the sex that y'all work so hard to get to. It's still gonna be work. And there's always a catch when they give you something. They think they value sex more than they value their own safety. They think their sex is $1 million. So if they give it to you, they're gonna try to get anything they want from you. And with these dudes out here, they don't get it. The women can turn on them in an instant. And the women love the fact that they're fighting for them. Telling them it's good. Women out here keep trying and all this other stuff, but it's not working. And yeah.